Hey guys, welcome back. Got some good stuff here for you. One thing I think that's important to talk about right now, guys, would be the overall process of the rate change, okay, and where we stand, how it's impacting, and what's going on. Let's look at the process. Let's look at what's happening. Let's piece all this together, okay? So this whole video is my opinion, should not be used for financial advice, but let's go through everything, okay? So first off, what does Iraq need to do for the rate change process? Well, keep in mind, guys, when Kuwait changed their rate, they were already above zero. Okay, the low end of it when it revalued, the low end of Kuwait's currency was at 10 cents. Right now, Iraq's currency is actually down it's below zero. It's clear down to 1,190. So the first step that Iraq is going to have to do, guys, is they're actually going to have to delete the zeros off the exchange rate, okay, to make it on par with the dollar to bring it back up above zero, okay? So that would be the first step, okay? So it's a multi-step process for the rate change process. So right here, it says right here, this is an article from November 12th of 2016. It says here, reasons to delete the zeros from the Iraq dinar, okay, and what it means to delete the zeros from the currency, okay? It says the reasons for deleting the zeros from the Iraq dinar, they'll delete the 3 zeros from the Iraq dinar. The fact that deleting the 3 zeros from the Iraq dinar, the official source of the central bank, said that at the beginning of 17, the central Iraqi deleting the 3 zeros from the Iraq dinar on the finance committee also announced in parliament they'll start at the beginning of 2017 deleting the 3 zeros from the local currency. In other words, the unity of the coin and 1,000 dinars from the old currency will be replaced by 1 dinars of the new Iraqi currency, and so on. Okay, so what they're telling you here is that large notes and small notes will coexist together, but through time they're going to phase out the large 3-0 notes with smaller notes. Okay, I know that sounds like a lot. Let's look at this. So right here, what they're talking about is also raising the exchange rate. Okay, so what they're telling us here is that they're going to phase out large notes with small notes, okay, but both will coexist together. So you don't have small notes. The large notes don't just get wiped out and completely abolished, okay? They slowly get phased out by small notes, but will coexist with small notes, okay? Here at raising the dinar exchange rate. So what they're telling you guys is on the exchange rate, they actually have to delete zeros as well off the exchange rate to raise it. That's what they're telling you right there. Okay? So that's the first step, is they're telling you here factually, they actually have to take some zeros off the exchange rate to raise it. That's the only way. Basically, they moved the decimal point to the left, okay? Approximately 3 zeros. Well, so let's look at what happened. At March 17th, Faith walked us to March 17th. What happened on March 17th when Faith walked us there? Well, regarding the ISX, Iraq deleted the zeros, okay? They didn't delete the zeros. What they did was they shut down all their financial markets as of March 17th, okay? They stopped having currency auctions. They have since resumed currency auctions, but I'm not worried about that. The ISX has shut down. And right now, the ISX is a very main component. Right now, we are in the 6th week of the ISX shutdown, okay? That's huge, guys, because I've been in this 10 years. The longest they've ever had the ISX turned off for was really no more than a period of 2 weeks. That's the longest I've ever seen it shut down. Right now, again, you're in the 6th week of the shutdown, okay? And they've kind of told you it's due to the coronavirus, but remember, the coronavirus actually started on March 12th, and the ISX shutdown started as of March 17th. So, yeah, they're not directly linked to each other, okay? And second, you wouldn't shut down an electronic stock trading system in the middle of a pandemic or virus because it has nothing to do with a pandemic or passing the pandemic along, okay? So again, Iraq really had no reason to physically shut down their ISX unless it was due to an impending rate change. It's that simple. So again, right here, though, going back to the process of what does Iraq need to do to increase their exchange rate? What are the steps required? Well, again, because Kuwait was above zero, they were down at 10 cents. All that Kuwait had to do was unpeg from the US dollar and repeg to a currency assortment basket. That was it. That's all they had to do. But now because Iraq is below zero, they have to get above zero and become on par and equal with the dollar. Okay, that's going to be their first step. Okay, so they have to do that first, and they're telling you that right here. They told you in the first article that I showed to you, they're going to replace, slowly phase out large notes with small notes. Okay, but the two currencies will coexist together right here at raising the exchange rate, which means they do also have to remove zeros off the exchange rate. They have to move the decimal point approximately a few positions to the left to raise it, okay? So they'll move the decimal point about 3 positions to the left. All right, well, let's look at what's happening. Let's see if anything is happening that suggests maybe they are in the process of right now of removing those zeros, okay, off the exchange rate. Let's look at that. Are you guys aware that Iraq's ISX stock exchange actually opened on August 2nd of 2007? Okay. Now, here is the price index of the stock exchange, okay? So down at the bottom of this was last updated as of 4/13 of 2020. Excuse me. And they did now, here's what I want to stress to you. If you guys notice, see this report or this graph chart here goes from when it opened of January of 2007, okay, all the way through, you can look up here at the top. This report was pulled from January 31 of 05 through 4/20 through the current date of April 20th, 2020, okay? So that's a current report, okay? So as you see, guys, again, this goes from when it opened to present, okay? So this right here is approximately a 15-year spread on this chart, okay? As you see, there's no major jumps until the very far right edge right there, which on that black thing, it says February year of 2020, okay? And notice how it has a huge jump in February of 2020, okay? That's the first time it's ever had a massive jump. Let's zoom in a little tighter on that to get a better look at it, okay? So let's go through just February. Let's go through the end of February to present. Okay, so here's the end of February. Let's refresh. All right. So there we is. We're zooming in a little tighter so we can see this a little bit better, okay? So right here in the middle, says right here, February year of 2020. It has a huge jump, and it's never done this before since it opened in 2007. So why did it do it now? Well, one guru tried to recently share his kind of, in a way, kind of a not a credible opinion with you by saying that the price index, okay, that's what this is. It's the pricing index. We'll go over the definition of a pricing index in a moment. Okay, the pricing index, guys, let's just get into that now. The pricing index is this. The pricing index has to do with the overall price value of the stocks. It's that simple. It's the combined value or of the prices of all of these stocks being traded or the companies that are traded. So right here it talks about it's a subset basically of all of the current price levels ranging from past to present. Okay, so it's again prices of stocks. So that's all it is. So the price index here is just the combined value of all the stocks. So one guru tried to share his opinion with you and tell you that this step occurred, but again, it's never occurred in the last, as you saw, since 2007. It's never occurred once. So this guru is trying to share his opinion with you and tell you that because the stock market is doing so well in the month of February at the start of a pandemic, that because the stock market is doing so well, that the price index just shot up drastically, tremendously in value. Guys, in order for this to have happened based on this guru's opinion, okay, the market, thousands of Iraqi companies would have had to have been doing tremendously well financially, okay, so that their overall the values of their companies would have had to have jumped by millions of dinar overnight. That's impossible, guys. You couldn't have thousands of Iraqi companies that are publicly traded on the stock exchange having their, all doing so tremendously well that their overall, net worth and values jump by millions of dinar, okay, overnight, just in the month of February. That's the most asinine opinion I've ever heard. That's illogical, okay, and it's never happened before since it opened in 2007, as I showed you right here in the previous chart. Because again, this was from 2007 when it opened. See here, January of 2007 to present. They've never had a massive jump like that again, where it's transitioned from millions to billions of dinar in value, in combined value of the combined values of all these stocks being traded. Okay, the price values of the stocks. Okay, that's so yeah. So no, it would be impossible to have thousands of Iraqi corporations all jump by millions of dinar in value just overnight. That's what this guru is trying to tell you. I hope you're not smart enough to believe that chaos of logic. Anyway, so let's look at this from a different angle, guys. What if there was an impending rate change, and what if Iraq started? Because I know this. Okay, I know that these gurus explaining these illogical opinions to you have not once told you what happened on March 17th. Okay, that was brought to us very strongly through faith. They haven't been able to explain to you what happened on March 17th, and they haven't explained to you why has the stock market been shut down for a period of now. You're in the 6th week of the shutdown. Okay, you got to take all these in now. So I just showed you the first step is they have to remove the zeros, okay, and move the decimal point about 3 positions to the left on the exchange rate. Okay, now by them doing that, that would actually drive the value of the stocks up from millions to billions. Okay, not thousands of companies doing so well financially that just magically overnight the value of all these companies jump from being worth millions to billions. Okay, so again, as you guys are seeing, the decimal point has moved. Okay, Iraq has basically dropped the zeros off the exchange rate. That's why they're showing you right here that the value of these stocks have jumped from being worth in the millions to the billions. Okay, they transitioned to kind of a 1-to-1 to get back above zero. That's because, remember guys, as of March 17th, I told you that Iraq had already started the rate change process as of March 17th. You're now in the 6th week. And I told you that the exchange rate has only changed on the accounting books, not in the public realm. None of this is public, not even in country, only on Iraq's accounting books. This is more proof right here because the overall combined value of these companies' shares have transitioned from millions to billions. And there's no way, again, that these companies could have just done so magically well financially overnight and just magically just transition from being worth millions to billions overnight just because they do so really good in their business world. That's just the most asinine logic I've ever heard. All right, so let's move forward now. So as you guys saw, I showed you this. That's the what is a price index? What does it mean? It's just, again, it's the combined value of all the stocks that are publicly traded. Okay, so now let's look at this. This is the CBI's website, okay? On the CBI website, they're showing you, here's a date. Back on November 2nd of 2017, the CBI performed it was a simulation experience for the exchange rate of the dinar pegged to a basket of currencies, guys. That was right there at the end of 2017. So there you guys go. They're showing you there's multiple steps involved. They're below zero. They have to take it to get above zero, get it on par with the dollar by deleting the zeros off the exchange rate. Okay, that makes it 1-to-1 with the Iraq dinar. And then after they do that, they can have the currency structured identical to Kuwait by unpegging from the dollar and pegging to a currency assortment basket identical to how Kuwait is structured today, so that they can have an on-par rate and value with Kuwait. But remember, Iraq is worth tremendously more money than Kuwait is. They have more minerals in their soils, and they're physically larger in size. Iraq is the wealthiest country in the world. That's why the 2 largest U.S. embassies are there. because the U.S. is following the money. And remember, Trump told you we have $35 billion of Iraq's money, okay, which means we have approximately 40 trillion of the currency. But anyway, guys, I wanted to show you the overall process, what's involved. And so Iraq's showing you here, at least it's a two-step process, guys, and that's why it's taking 4 weeks, okay? And the movement of the price index is showing you that the companies jumped in value, combined share value from millions to billions because they deleted the zeros off that exchange rate, okay? So there you guys go. That's what I wanted to show you guys. Everything's looking good now. You guys have also seen in faith that faith, you've already seen the accuracy of prophecy as of March 17th, guys. That nobody can deny that in any way. That was the most accurate thing you've seen in faith right there was prophecy. And March 17th confirmed that between my March 17th prophetic word and what Kim Clement told you about how the Dow would drop down to 20,000 points, okay? And he said, do not look to Wall Street, but just observe, okay? So prophecy is highly accurate. Well, I've just showed you some more prophecy that Prophet Princess Bola talked about a reset occurring on April 30th. And then I showed you what my friend said, he's actually a retired pastor, highly accurate in the prophetic, and he told you about the 40 days. So from March 17th through April 26th is exactly 4 days, okay? And he gave an example. He said the flood occurred with Noah for 40 days and 40 nights. After that, change occurred. So in the Bible, 40 means change. So what God's promising to us here is change after 40 days from March 17th to April 26th. Okay, so that's what the Bible has promised us here is change after those 40 days. And again, that's the pandemic or from the pandemic. So there you guys go, guys. We are looking awesome. We're sitting very well positioned with our investment. You guys, God bless you guys. Have a great day. On to the next video.